To be very, very blunt, this boss was broken every time they tried testing it. So there are some things and how they worked in the dungeon journal, and what you're going to see in this. The dungeon journal does not say that they work that way anymore. So we will see. It's single target for like the first 40, 50 seconds of the fight. He doesn't spawn any ads for quite some time. Um, the next thing that's going to happen is these little voodoo guys are going to channel a cast into people. It's going to suck you into them, and then it's going to apply a debuff that needs to get dispelled on the outside of the room. Keep in mind, saying dispel me in a new tier is banned. You need to call your name. Healers, you cannot just YOLO dispel here as well. We need to do the Chimeras thing of calling, hey, dispel Tehi, right?
Could also
What?
do some ping system as well.
Yep, that works as well. When you get dispelled and drop it, it's like a little tornado that very slowly spins around the outside of the room. We will only drop it on the outside of the room because it's going to affect way too many things. What's happening now is the tank frontal. It's just a spirit that gets shot. If you, as a melee or a healer or as the co-tank, step into the frontal for that tank, you will have it hit early, and it does raid damage based off of distance. So you might kill us. Also, if you listen to the consequence video, apparently his hitbox is really fucked for melee. So being too close to his hitbox, even if you're on the opposite side of that line, could make you hit the ghost. So melee, play max distance. Next thing that's going to happen here is he's going to do this pole suck-in thing. This will matter for Mythic. We'll go over that later in the video. It also means he is spawning ads. When he spawns ads, he spawns from 2 locations at a time. Apparently, one of the locations will have more coffins open tanks than the other one. So you will have to figure out which one that is and go to it. The way that these ads work, as you can see, they have an absorb shield. If you are a melee person, I am very, very sorry. The shields only break from magic damage. AKA, if I'm Sendos and I'm playing Warrior and I do 0 magic damage, you do nothing to that shield. However,
let's go sub rogue. I'm useful.
However, there is one thing that in listening and watching footage that I am not sure of, but I think it will work this way. I think you can still damage their actual health before the shield breaks. So if I'm Sendos as a warrior, doing damage to them isn't like I'm doing, 1 damage per or something like that, or they're immune. He will just actually hit their real health bar instead. I assume someone's going to ask the question, so I'm going to get ahead of it. I do not know if you don't break the shield, but you get his health to 0, what happens? I assume they still are alive. So let's not even worry about that.
Question.
Yep.
Do you think the ads are going to be counted for all-star points or no?
Continuing
Yeah,
on.
I have a question that's
hate this guy.
ping system related. If I use my bird macro, like warning ping myself, is it now showing up on raid frames as an alert? Or you have to ping the raid frame? Or do I not understand how that works?
I believe if you ping the raid frame, it should show up on the healer's frames, but I do not know.
But not if I just use my macro to ping myself. It doesn't do a thing on the raid frame?
I don't know. We can test it. Easy thing to test.
I just didn't know.
Yeah.
Can I spawn more ads to pad?
No, but it is very important that we kill ads as in close proximity to one another as possible. This is not just control ads by killing them. This is also control ads by killing them and as close to one spot and as close together as possible. That is very, very important. So like these 2 ads that are off to the side, as soon as those shields break, that's like Zess Wimbo thick. You should be gripping them to the other pile we just made. And that'll be relevant later. Another suck in, more ad spawning. And as you can see, it's kind of becoming a situation where we get to do a little bit of boss damage, but we're also just kind of trying to kill ads as much as possible. Or sorry, another suck in, no ad spawn. Get more boss damage here. Tank frontal happens again. And then the way his intermission works is When he gets to 100 energy, which is 25 increments, he will go to intermission. I also believe it's once you hit like 50% HP, he'll start this Ritual of Awakening cast. So it's either if he hits 100 energy or 50% HP. So when this starts, he's going to spawn 2 echoes that go to opposite sides of the room. There is only one active to start the phase. I don't know if it's consistent which side. So the entire raid will go to one side. Here's this giant beam that he's doing. It's a soul transfer. Get out of it. As soon as the soul transfer is done, he will cast this fire thing. This is going to be really important, so please pay attention. If you are inside of this soak, you will not get tiny fire circles. If you are not in the soak, you will get tiny fire circles. The importance of this mechanic is to burn the bodies of the ads. If you do not get rid of the bodies, they will respawn and they will be crazed, Discord calling in video showing us that he can deadlift 850 pounds on steroids. Okay? Very, very juiced.
Or off steroids.
Off cycle.
You can use the big circle to kill ads to finish them off, and you can use the small circles to finish them off. Both work effectively. The way this will likely work, it'll be melee and tanks will help soak, and then ranged and healers will have to spread out to burn bodies. You can see by this orange marker, the bodies turn orange when you're inside of them, or when you're on them with a small circle, and you're actually going to get rid of them. The other important thing I want to point out here, when you have that tiny fire circle, it actually does a shit ton of damage. It is actually dangerous to have. There's also, and it's about to happen here, you have to go downstairs. There's going to be a hit squad. If you're in this hit squad, and it will be assigned, obviously, you need to make sure you're in that soak. Doesn't matter if you're melee or ranged. So that way you can go downstairs, because you're just going to be trapped in this void for a little while until you transfer over. For anyone that did Kel'Thuzad in Sanctum, kind of like the same thing that's about to happen here. Ad in the center of the room, he's going to have these 3 or 4 lines that shoot out of him. When they end, it's going to shoot a little white circle out of it, and then they're going to spin around the room. These white circles absolutely fuck. Do not touch them, and do not touch the line. Last thing, there is an interrupt. It is a super, super long cast, but there will be an interrupt rotation for you guys. Obviously, don't kick too early. Ad dies, you come back upstairs. They are currently hitting the second echo, and this is where the fight was bugged. There's ads spawning from everywhere. They're out of control. They weren't being, when they were being burned, they weren't getting rid of. Shit was just going hectic. Another fire circle, burn more bodies. And then as soon as we kill the second echo, we are going to go into the last phase. This is where Lust will likely be, especially week 1. It is a race against time now. And we are just trying to do phase 1 with a race against time. And the reason it is...
So,
go ahead.
Is the magic shield here, we can still... Does physical damage lower its regular health?
Yeah,
and keeps the shield on?
That's what I was saying.
Okay, so we can still all nuke to it? Okay.
Yeah, you can do damage to its real health pool, but like from your perspective, you as a BM hunter, and I assume as an MM,
I can't finish off the ads.
You can't break the shield. Yeah.
Do that.
The other thing that's relevant about the shield, they have no aggro table, and they cannot be CC'd until you break the shield. So grips won't work. But as soon as you break the shield, tanks, they can be aggroed on you. So if I am Linux, or if I am Nova, since Linux is likely playing Boomkin this tier, you guys need to be very, very careful where you stand, because you guys are going to be public enemy number 1 for these fucking things as soon as they get an aggro table. So I don't think there's enough misdirects and tricks alive to keep these things off you guys. So
it's gonna be Styx Bunk Chunker again, and Wraith is gonna have to protect him with his ring.
The reason why phase 2 is a race against time, he does a cast that will silence you. Think Demiar. and he just gets slowly stronger. He does this, increases damage taken from the Soulcoiler right by 15% for 1 minute, and it stacks. So essentially, he just keeps casting this, it stacks, healers can't keep up when we die. But phase 2 is literally phase 1 all over again. So the only thing I can't answer for you, because the testing was so bugged every single time, is will the room actually look like this and like all 4 corners of the coffins are open and all the ads are spawning from all 4 directions? I couldn't tell you. And what I mean by that is like there's a coffin in every corner, or a coffin group in every corner. So
surely not.
I would doubt it. It's the first boss. However, I will say I would not take this as like a first boss of a raid lightly. It's very plausible that because this guy exists, that they will tune this as like a second boss, which I know isn't that much more difficult. But just because the testing has never gone smoothly, we like do not sleep on your prep for this boss. It may be actually difficult. If I'm a ranged DPS, the number one thing is your positioning and making sure, we'll use a boomkin as the best example here, that if the ads are spawning here and here, that you're in a good location to get your starfall in all of them, but also not in a location where the tanks can't help you as soon as the aggro table breaks, right? All of that stuff's going to be relevant. So that's the entire fight. Any questions? And then real quick,
I'm guessing the ads are not going to be on the all-star ranking.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the no.
That's all. Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking about not burning them and killing them over and over again.
Can I solo the downstairs ad?
Before we move on, can you go back to the video and go like to 2:30? Yeah, thank you. Maybe 10 seconds before this, actually. Perfect.
The beam takes forever to go off. You can't stand in it.
Okay.
The only
I just wanted to see if it did damage to you. It didn't look like it. You just can't be in it when it.
They stepped out of it though, right?
They get away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can stand in it. You just have to step out of it.
Oh, like does it tick from standing in it? I got you.
Yeah.
Melee, the only thing I want to point out, you see how tiny this fucking hitbox is of this echo? And then you have these tornadoes zooming around. Yeah. Just be aware. Real quick.
I love the hitboxes.
Real quick, I want to go through damage taken so everyone's on the same page. This is just a dot that he does everyone. This is the last phase of the fight, as it's going to ramp and get stronger. Also exists in the first phase in bursts of damage. And then you have Corpse Blight, which is when they die, they do damage. Grasping Death, this is getting pulled to the center of the room. This is to do the Kel'Thuzad phase. This and this, maybe your phase differences. Nope, doesn't look like it. But yeah, essentially everything is surrounded by these 4 things for the entire fight. So as a DPS, when he's doing this Soulcoiler right in phase 1, this is a good wall. And then as it gets ramping in the last phase, also a good wall. Yeah. And then for damage done to enemies, as you can see, these ads are a large bulk of your damage. So fuck them up. Okay. Nothing really in the raid plan that I think we need to go over. It's just going to be a really big positioning boss. Make sure you're getting rid of ads. And hit squads will be assigned for sure. So